Leave me alone!
Fellow Helldivers,
Thornton here, and there's...
Okay, then Helldivers, we are back. We've got a lot to go over today.
Look familiar? Scenes like these are happening all over the galaxy right now. You could be next. That is, unless you make the most important decision of your life. Prove to yourself that you have the strength and the courage to be free.
Join the Helldivers.
Become part of an elite peacekeeping force!
Okay, then Helldivers, okay, then Helldivers. Okay, then Helldivers.
See exotic new life
There's
forms.
Thornton here, and it's been about a month since we got a new robot,
And spread managed democracy throughout the galaxy.
Start looking ahead.
Become a hero. Become a legend. Become a Helldiver.
How's it going, guys? Fancy here, and today we have another video talking about something that has been always bugging me and frustrating me, that not a lot more people are kind of giving light to this, and I think it's a problem because a lot of people might enjoy this content, but I think it's incredibly harmful to the game in some ways. Today we're going to be talking about a Helldivers 2 kind of news channel or whatever by the name of Thornton, which I remember this guy would do a lot of Apex Legends patch notes update content a lot, and there's something about this guy's content that's really annoyed me. Now, first off, let's just get past it. There's a lot of AI use in the thumbnail, which, again, I'm not someone who really enjoys AI, especially AI art used for, like, you know, YouTube thumbnails. Look, if it's a bad thumbnail, it's a bad thumbnail. At least you made it, you know, it's made by a real person. Or, if you have the subscriber count, which he has 30k subscribers or whatnot, just hire someone to make a thumbnail for you. It's not a big deal, you know? I'm sure somebody out there in your fan base can make a thumbnail for you. But there's more to it. But then it's also the titles as well, that I've realized a lot of it is just very clickbaity. You know, Helldivers 2, new update reveals new progression and teammates or whatnot. Helldivers 2, new updates falling apart as third game confirmed. Helldivers 2, new expanded weapon lab customization with update. You see Helldivers 2, new engine update is bringing Unreal firepower. A lot of this content is just a load of BS. It's all fake, and it's kind of frustrating because there's actually people watching this stuff. Whether he's just, you know, whatever he says in the video, I don't really care at the moment. I'm just talking about how clickbaity it is, mostly. But we'll just read the description. Helldivers 2, new engine update is bringing to Unreal. So it kind of, the video implies that Helldivers 2 is coming to Unreal, which there's no facts. A lot of the content is just, a lot of the comments, sorry. If the engine upgrade is going to be UE5, I am really afraid. English today, but a lot of it is kind of just people who I'm not even sure if they're just like actual people, because maybe it's his own fans or whatnot. A lot of these comments don't seem to call out how a lot of the video is just fake. YouTube does reward a lot of people who do clickbait. However, you know, I don't have a problem with people who do clickbait as long as the content is fun and interesting. However, a lot of the content on the YouTube channel is just blatantly like AI generated, like false misinformation about what's coming to Helldivers 2, and I think a lot of people need to call that out a lot more. But this isn't like the only issue I have with Helldivers 2 content. I just think that, again, curve your misinformation in so many ways. Like, I get it that the algorithm rewards you and all, but like, someone should really call you out on that. But, you know, whatever. You know, because a lot of the older videos he's had, like, you see all the older videos, he made, like, videos on the finals and whatnot. I swear he had an Apex Legends channel. But, like, a lot of these videos, you know, they're not that bad. You know, they're made by real people, whoever made the thumbnail, you know? Like, a consistent viewership on most of these videos. Like, I don't get why you had to stop. And then, somewhere at some point, I guess Helldivers 2 was just, like, the perfect money spawn, and now it's just, you know, after a while, like, yeah, you'll just see some Helldivers 2 video, and a lot of them are just thumbnail AI generated, so I don't even know, like, what game they're from if they didn't have that weird Helldivers 2 title on the top left of that corner. But, like, yeah, it's just issue. He's not the only problem I have. I don't want to say I have issues with a lot of these YouTubers, but I do think that a lot of the top Helldivers 2 content, whenever you search it up, immediately in my feed, a lot of it is kind of just new Helldivers 2 news or updates or whatnot. And to be honest with you, right now at this moment, the only update that has come out is whatever the major order is. So a lot of these YouTubers, yeah, they'll talk about the major order and whatnot, and like, sure, that's fine, you know, keeping people updated on the new game and whatnot. But it does get to a point I think people are not talking about, which is when a lot of the quote-unquote Helldivers 2 news channels often just talk about things that are in the Discord server and can easily, you know, be read about if you just join the Discord server or you check your Steam like articles or whatever where they show the patch notes and whatnot. Like, that's the easiest way to do it. You don't actually need to go on a YouTube video, click it, and watch through a whole 10-minute video about someone explaining whatever's going on. Now, if you do enjoy that kind of content, that's totally fine. But again, like, another Thornton video that just comes up really upsets me because it's like, because I don't really appreciate when these kind of YouTubers just end up bloating the whole feed of Helldivers YouTube. People, I appreciate it when make unique content, like showing their funny clips. I love it when people show like really fun animations or whatnot. Tutorials are great, you know, people like Commissar Kai, who I think make great Helldivers 2 content that I actually started watching. People who give guides for the beginners and whatnot. And again, like, you know, there's some bigger YouTubers appearing on my feed just because I watch them and that's just the algorithm in general. But like, again, I think I enjoy a lot more funny and enjoyable content made on Helldivers 2 and not the same talking about a new update or weapon balance or whatnot, because it's kind of brought a lot of negativity into the community that I don't think a lot of people talk about, which moves on to my other issue, which is Helldivers 2 balancing. You know, a lot of people are either very negative, very critical, or very positive and whatnot. And I think it's kind of caused a lot of controversy in that of its own, where people want weapons to do good, and then there's some people who are like, you're complaining way too much, you need to chill. Like, it's something I have an issue with, but it's not the biggest issue. I think it's mostly people like Thornton that kind of ruin Helldivers 2 content for a lot of us because it's a load of clickbait. And, you know, there's other creators that can make more unique videos and guides and whatnot that I think you should totally watch. But someone like Thornton, I think people need to talk about it more, talk about how much of a clickbait problem Helldivers 2 has. And it's not the only game that is exclusive to that problem, but it is an issue specifically with Helldivers 2 when the biggest videos on the feed are mainly just talking about content and updates that aren't even out yet or don't even exist. But yeah, so that's all.